from the weekend and just gone past. First one I want to wrap is the Warriors, man. That was a real gutsy win. I know it's only the Dragons, but coming off a bye, it was kind of uh, every game still feels like one of those. Is this the real Warriors? We're at the end like over the half of the season, so it's hard to think people aren't believers yet, but there's still still doubters. We'll go to you, Stace, first. What did you like about that game?
Yeah, another good win for the Warriors. They're looking quite good, up to fifth on the table now. So I like the width that they had on attack in that game,
Mm.
and they were attacking with good structure. So that right edge in particular, I think the winger Zalesniak ended up getting 4 tries. CNK, he had a field out there. So the Dragons are a bottom team, so it's good for the
Yeah.
points differential to sort of put them to the sword like that. And you still got to win those games. So as a Warriors fan, I was pretty happy. But yeah, just some crucial games coming up in the next few weeks against teams that are pushing for final spots. So that's where it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I know I'm with you. A lot of people don't believe in the Warriors, but I'm already there. I'm looking at grand final tickets and stuff. So
Whoa,
good
whoa,
one.
whoa.
Tama, did you catch this game or your thoughts on the Warriors so far? How they're
You
tracking?
know what? As Warriors fans, how good does it feel to say, "Oh, it was only the Dragons"?
Yeah.
There's a couple of years people were saying, "Oh, it was only the Warriors,"
Oh,
but what
a couple of years
I'm
before that, we're saying it
saying,
was only the Panthers. A
yeah,
couple of years before that.
what I mean to say is, I give my head off, take my head off to the Warriors supporters, the Warriors faithful. You know, the picture of resilience. When I think of resilience, I think of the people fighting for civil rights, and then I think of the Warriors fans. You know, how resilient are you guys? Looking at the team when I was watching it, I was going, "Holy, that looks like the Panthers attack."
Yep.
And then I've remembered Weeby's your coach, and
Exactly.
he has just unlocked. Like when I watched the Panthers move the or Warriors move the ball, I was like, man, this attack is beautiful. And then you got Zeleznia flying down with his mullet. I mean, this is enough to make me cheer for the Warriors. I really do hope the Warriors go well. I think they have what it takes to make a deep run into the playoffs, but at
Say
the
it.
end, at the end, not quite enough to win it this
Oh,
year. But you know,
come on.
given like they could, Stacey's saying, "Oh, grand final tickets." Yeah, they could make the grand final. Anybody can win
Well,
on the day.
Mm.
We've got a track record of doing it, mate. Just
Yeah,
turns
man.
up. Just
But
turns up.
what I really like about the Warriors is like their defense is like really good too. Like they
Mm.
just turn up everything they shut down. The Dragons are not a bad team. They gave the Panthers a good run the other week. But I reckon the Warriors just look so slick on attacking. You know, Sean Johnson, the way when you look at how much fun he's having,
Yeah.
if you're a league fan, you love to see that, like somebody genuinely enjoying the game. Like
Yeah.
other people will be irritated because that's jealousy, And
But yeah, that genuine happiness, like seeing Fanua Blake embrace him after one of the tries.
yeah,
Man, I can remember a couple seasons when Fanua Blake's behind yelling at Johnson. So,
yeah,
so good to see the players actually enjoying
I think
themselves. Yeah.
we were yelling at the TV at the same time. He was getting yelled at as well.
yeah. So I think you can class me as a believer. I believe the Warriors
Nice.
are gonna make a deep run, and as opposed to some teams have kind of shown signs of the whole slide all the way down. I think the Warriors they're kind of picking up steam. When you
Mm.
keep in mind they've had a lot of issues with kind of injury
Yep.
and suspension. I mean, you got Mitch Barnett and
Yeah.
Marata Nukore who missed good chunks of the season, and that's like you know that's pretty key pieces in the middle and on the edge. And then when you see Tohu, who's probably like if I to go back to earlier, if you think Schuster, I reckon he could be like Tohu because Tohu Harris, he's pretty much a half.
He's one of the best.
He's
Yeah.
a
Ball
half.
playing 13s.
Yeah, who just ball plays it, and as well, I think that's really good. But yeah, I think the Warriors they will make a deep run this year. They look good. They look really good. And Mount Smart, I hope it keeps selling out.
Yeah, man.
And I hope the fans just keep turning up. Go up the wires or not.
Oh, was.
Nice.
So
nice,
you were
Tama.
calling it last week, Warriors to finish sixth. What did you think of that
Yeah,
last
bro.
game, man?
I think they definitely can make the eight. I don't know if they can make the top four, but
Bro,
I think he's just a bit Mimika, but you guys just got to calm down and cool your jets because if you look at the facts, who have they beaten? You know, they beat up on everyone outside of the eight. Pretty predictable. You got to beat those teams. Looking at the top eight, the Sharks,
Beat the Storm, the Sharks,
the Storms.
beat the Raiders.
Really? What year was it?
we beat the Sharks. We beat the Sharks. We beat the Raiders.
And beat the Storm. You know they've been quite
We'll beat the Rabbitohs this week.
respectable. We've been respectable on the losses against the top eight, the top four of the teams. I mean, back, you think the Panthers was only 18-12. Storm beat you by 8 points. Bad loss against the Roosters. I mean, Sakaya Roosters 14-0 in round
That
9.
was disappointing.
But I think the next 4 weeks will really decide whether the Warriors mix it can or can't, because you got the Rabbitohs team on Friday, which they should definitely win without Latrell.
Mm.
Eels team without old mate there he's not playing now. We're just talking about. They should definitely win that one, and then they got the Sharks again, which that one's up in the air. Those are the two big games coming in the next 4 weeks: is the Sharks and the Raiders. Then they go on the bye, and then basically the last 5 games are quite easy 5 games. They go on.
Yeah.
They got 4 tough games, a bye, and then a really easy lead in to the final. So if they do well and win at least 3 of the next 4 games, they're in a good position to finish in the top 4. And if you're in the top 4, then I'll believe, because anyone's from top 4. Once you're in the top 4, anyone's escapable way. But I just think from 6 to 8, it's always tough to win a comp from there. And there've been improvements from last year, but I still think they're in that 5th to 8th spot kind of team. We're not really challenged the top teams.
Well,
I feel
five of the last 5 of the Warriors' last 9 games are home games, and like you said, the last 5 games of the season are against teams outside the top 8.
Look at that.
So they've got quite a favourable draw. And when you consider that they're essentially 4th equal, it's just points differential which puts them down to 5th. So I see them finishing. If they win the games they're supposed to win, not even trying to get some upsets, they can finish in top 4 easy. Not easy, but they can finish in the top 4 for sure.
I feel like the Warriors will take the Sharks spot as the team in the top 4 that beats up on everyone outside the 8, but not so much as against the top 4. I do feel like the Warriors are different this year. I think they will be in the top 4. I see them. That's that's a hot take. I reckon they will make the top 4A.
See how they go Friday if they can beat the Rabbitohs. Then I'll believe.
Yeah. That's a good test for them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice, boys. The Eels